Prodigy, all yours.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to town hall meeting, where we talk about the monthly workgroup updates. And today's town hall meeting is going to be talking about the monthly workgroup updates. And yeah, I'm just going to give a brief explanation of the Singularitynet ambassadorship program. And it says by who are the ambassadors. And ambassadors are anyone who wants to learn more about the SNet ecosystem and contribute to its growth. And what do we do? The SNet community gives opportunity to contribute to the growth of Singularitynet ecosystem. And how we do it is by work together in self-organizing work groups. In case you are new here, we work together in self-organizing work group, and these work groups are focused on specific projects and are areas of activity within the program. Yeah. So so that's it. And yeah, I think that's it for that. Besides the mention. So Gilma, I think we have mentions from you. If you have like the mentions, we can kick off with that.
Yeah, I can help with that before resuming on work groups updates. Short update onto our ecosystem. So the SC Alliance is growing bigger and strong every day. We have a confirmation for the BGI 25 calendar and place, where all ecosystem members, spin-offs, and members of the Singularitynet and the SC Alliance will be gathering together to join forces, have some beers, and discuss all matters in regards of AGI ethics, developments, and so forth, impact on the globally, regionally, and locally. There's a lot of update. Probably Haley or Lilu in regards of the Nexus will be part of their update. I think that's the main topic on today's mentions. Also, it's good to mention all workgroups and guilds have resumed operations. Discussing some issues. Governance is looking challenging, but good in regards of Q1 and Q2 developments and improves on the program. And with that, I think we are ready to go on updates. Prodigy, all yours.
Okay. Yeah, I think you should like give us the update. I don't know if we have our work group leads here. I don't know how many we have, but I think we should start with should I say Treasury? I think Tavo is here and give us like an update from his work group.
I haven't done Treasury updates for a while. I don't even know where to start from. Yeah, I guess we ended up with the holidays. We have like in general, I feel like just we are now more in a maintenance mode than doing like documentation and assets compared to last start of the year. And we already working on proposals in all of this, like and reports in all of the work groups. So we're like getting now back to speed in a sense. When last year we basically reduced the time of doing quarter reports few months every quarter. So now also we are getting as operationally also aligned with that thought. So yeah, I feel like this is the year when we are able to plan further into future, not just quarterly, but see how we intertwine and how do we share like activities we want to achieve together. In detail, this month we had, I think, 2 sessions now, just recently. we had yesterday's session on policy workshop, and so the policy discussions now usually been around like governance and in other work groups, probably even in strategy or like every work group's agenda, like how do we do these proposals and all of that stuff. So the policies are also kind of coming out naturally, although now recently there is reuse of the policy process we have, and we gave it a slight dust off and with recent discussion, and now you can see in the Treasury Guild channel there is a decision. So if you are a core contributor, go there and share your consent on changing a bit of how Treasury works.
Okay,
if you got any question, you can drop in the chat.
Okay, that's good. That's good from Sivu, and yeah. I think I don't know if anybody has a question to ask. And he says that if you have any question, you can drop it in the chat. He will respond to you. Yeah, next on we have, I can see from the chats, sorry, from the participants, we have Kenichi, we have Slate, we have Vani, we have I think that's all. Like we have 4 people. And Aya also. So I think Aya is your hand is raised. I think can go for it.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, everybody from over here. So my name is Ayo. I'll be giving updates for Marketing Guild and Strategy Guild. So I'll do Marketing Guild first. So for Marketing Guild, we have used January to take lessons from Q3 and Q4 vis-a-vis the budget change, the change in the budget, lessons learned from previous initiatives, and then what we have also done with roles and responsibilities of core members and task force members of the Marketing Guild. So we have adjusted, we have rearranged, and we are poised for a more effective February and March. So what we've done so far for Q1 January is that we have stabilized our ship, and so we can launch into the deep waters now. For Strategy Guild, we have decided on what groups we'll be working with for the Q1 workshop. We have also created a roster for roles and responsibility, and so different individuals have different roles in the guild. And then we've also we have 2 choices of what the Strategy Guild research for Q1 can be about. And we've also been able to decide one of the people who will be the async follow-up person for the workshop of this Q1. And then we also expect to report from the async unit for workshops of Q3 and workshops of workshop of Q4. So so that's that for Strategy Guild as well. Thank you.
All right, that's a great one. I can tell from my own side, as a member of Marketing Guild, that revamp has been implemented, and yeah, I hope everything works out in the way it's planned. Yeah. So I see someone's hand raised up. Ayo, I think. Okay.
Yeah, it was
I
the
think
old
so.
hand. I dropped it now.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
no problem. So next, I think we have Slate. Slate, you can go for it. Your updates.
Yeah, thank you, Foruji. And hello, everybody. I'll just go with Education Guild first. So, so from Education Guild side, we have the project day for beginners going from last quarter. It's almost on its way to completion. Currently, we are selecting the SEO people and the graphics people for the thumbnails. and they're being selected on their past work. So the second is the site for the education guilds, and mainly created for the certification program, is being designed, and it's also being coded by Franklin. And yeah, it's almost finalized as well. Just some minor tweaks are there to be added. Yeah, and we are also working on the certification program processes, just to refine them a bit based on the previous round feedbacks, and also kind of working on its budgeting and how each of, especially the review part, will be implemented in the upcoming rounds. Then we have a presentation series project. Yeah, it's also has started. So yeah, the first module is being created and is also underway. So yeah, that's from Education Guild.
All right. Okay, that's nice. I don't know if you're you
Yeah,
have from the Gamers Guild also.
yeah, sure. I'll go for the Gamers Guild next. So from Gamers Guild side, after we implement the successful implementation of the telecom system for the hosting of meetings in the Metaverse experience, now we have shifted the scope of it a bit to voice changing zone systems and kind of experimenting with the voice commands and its use cases inside of Roblox. Then we are also working on implementing physics in different assets in the VR experience, just to make it more realistic and keep the initial scope of the project intact. And what else? Then we also have the selection process for the next workgroup creators has started. So if you are a Gamers Guild member, and you can just basically submit assets or creations which will be assessed, and on the basis of that, you will be selected as the next workgroup creator. And yeah, we are also shifting our focus of our recurrent task, that's the asset creation, to 3D modeling and UGC item creation. So that's also, but it's still in the starting phase, and we are slowly getting to it. Then we also have researches on different metaverse experiences or platforms as well, but yeah, they are yet to be tracked. So yeah, that's all from the Gamers Guild side.
All right, that's fine. I think everybody understands everything states I just mentioned, and I hope that sinks in. So next we have Kenichi from the Writers Work Group. Kenichi, do you mind giving us an update on your work group?
Yeah, definitely. Hello, everyone. And so 1 minute, please.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, the update from the Writers Work Group is pretty short, actually. So we decided recently to upgrade our Twitter plan to the Premium Plus, so we can start posting articles directly on the X account for the Ambassador Program. And one of our first draft, actually, our first draft would be the town hall recap from today, actually. So we decided that we should be posting the town hall updates and recaps, basically, using the monthly updates. And we're going to be adding that as our first article, and subsequent articles will follow, especially with the Inside Singularitynet draft that we do on a monthly basis also. So yeah, also we decided to include Web3 publishing platforms to our stack. And our first one is Miro.xyz. 1 minute. Let me actually drop the link in chat here so everyone can actually subscribe. We've not actually posted our first draft yet, but it's actually currently on the way. And we introducing Singularity ecosystem and the ambassador program on Miro. We're also researching into paragraph.xyz and cardanospot.io. So these are the other two platforms we're actually going to be looking forward to setting up a community basically for the SingularityNet ecosystem over there. And yeah, also our trivia schedule remains the same, not really much update from that, but we've been getting higher engagements recently. And we are also thinking of adding a weekly digest to our X platform article section. So that way everybody in the community can basically know what each work group and guild is up to, and they can tune in for direct updates. Yeah, also our community section on Singularitynet ambassador that'll be on X is actually it's been alive for a while. It's been alive for a while, and we're trying to like add moderators from the writers work group team to it, so we can start engaging the community members. A few people have already joined and introduced themselves there, but basically we are looking for ways to increase the engagement over there. So yeah, that's our update from this month. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Kenichi. That's a really, really exciting one. And sorry, I forgot to mention, Tevu, would you mind giving us an update on the time schedule for the meeting for Treasury operation? I think it changed. I don't know if everybody has been updated around about it. Maybe you can just give us an update on it.
Well, treasury operations are now bi-weekly on Fridays. Almost basically at the same time as marketing and writers work group. So now it's two different style of work groups at the same time. But it's still usual 3-hour calls with just 2 more content at the same time. There are some, yeah, in like internally, there are some stuff that are changing, and maybe we introduced levels. But yeah, that's something for you to discover when you do join the meetings and want to operate Treasury.
Okay, that's okay. And yeah, I think so Vani from GitHub, I don't know if you have any updates for us. That would be great.
What, for archives? Yeah, I can do. Or do you want me
Oh,
to do?
the archives. Yeah, you
I don't
can do
know.
both.
Oh, well, what was the other one that you were saying then? Sorry, I could do both.
Onboarding. There's
Oh
nobody
no,
for onboarding
I'm
here.
not doing onboarding. Clement, are you here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe Clemens would go for the onboarding, then you go for
Yeah.
archives. Okay.
Yeah, hi
You have the floor,
everyone.
Clement.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, guys? Okay, yeah. So, in Vani's words earlier in governance, the next talk today has been quite rubbish. So I hope it doesn't kick me out this time. Yeah. So for the onboarding work group, I'll first start by announcing that I think we still got our Skillshare metrics ongoing. People could share maybe new skills that they found out that they could literally do, and then it helps us to assign tasks and assign responsibilities as well. Now we have fully begun GitHub board project actually, and then we are fully operational on GitHub, as a work group, and we have conducted the analysis for the onboarding to decentralization. So we looked at people's experience with onboarding to decentralized ecosystem, and we did some sort of analysis, and we're still trying to wrap that up. It's currently undergoing some proofreading and editing, so we'd inform the community about the outputs of that when it's been completed. Yeah, so we also held a monitoring and evaluation session sometime in January. I cannot be exact with the date now. And we've had the video session. I think it's on YouTube now, Vani. I don't know. I think it's on YouTube. Can you confirm that it's there? Maybe we could search for the link and share it in the channel. And then we also plan on having a skills session on 2 things. Understanding the SNet ecosystem by Sucre and Spice, and budget and planning by Vani and Duke. So This is more like a very early invitation and for the entire community to watch out what we've got in stock for them. This promises to be very engaging. I mean, for those of us who were present at the M&E session, of course, it went really well, really smooth, and Onita did a great job with that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically our updates for the month. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, that's a great one, Clement. Thank you very much. So anybody, if you have any question to ask, you can just drop it in the chat, and the representative of each guild should give you an answer, or you just raise your hand and ask the question. So the next one we have is on the archives. Bunny, I think it's your turn.
All right, cheers. Yeah, so it's really quite exciting times for Archives Work Group at the moment. I'm feeling quite excited about it anyway. We've been exploring how knowledge graphs can map the information that we hold in meeting summaries and help us search for information and uncover relationships between different bits of information. This is kind of a much more interesting approach than an SQL database search or even the kind of raw RAG process that we have been exploring for a few months. We've kind of mapped out the limitations of that, and we've now progressed to what is often called a graph RAG process, which deals with the kind of data that we have in the archives corpus in a much more interesting and actually more accurate way. We're about to start looking at how it's going to deal with some of the unstructured data we hold, such as linked documents that people add to a meeting summary, quarterly reports, or even just the free text fields that we have in meeting summaries and stuff like that. So that is quite interesting. And of course, we're viewing all this as a didactic process. In other words, we're not only doing it, but we're looking at how we can document it and teach others to get involved with it too. We're kind of thinking of an approach where each work group owns their own knowledge graph of their work group and learns how to curate it, create meaning from it, and so on. We've also this month been looking more in depth at the redesign of the summary tool. Obviously, some sort of smaller updates have been made over the last couple of months, but we're looking at maybe a more radical kind of modular approach so that it's easier to change and add new things and so on. And of course, we've been doing the overall archives maintenance stuff that keeps everything running. So if you want to find out more, come and join us at our February meeting on Wednesday, the 5th of February at 1300 UTC. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Bonnie. Your excitement matches your announcement. It goes in line. You had like a lot to say, and it was quite exciting. So I don't know if we have somebody from the DWOC PBL and DWOC PBL. I don't know if we have somebody.
I wonder, is it still running? Because it has been closed for a few months now.
Okay.
It's 4 months now. Actually reaching full 4 months. Instead of that, we have now GitHub PBL workgroup.
GitHub, rather. Sorry, I was mistaken.
Yes, focus is similar. We want to learn how to manage projects in Ambassador program and using a standardized process, or at least a common understanding. How do we record and recognize our contributions or fund requests, and then how it will relate to Treasury. We started off in Q4 with these lessons, and now we are, I would say, slow in this process. But the last session we already started like live testing. So we opened the first lesson and started going through it, reading it. And we went through first 2 modules. So onboarding is now, I think, 5 modules long and covers all kinds of different things. And I feel like the onboarding might require more quality assessment, but it will come in due time, and we will let you know when we have gone through the first draft. So yeah, slow progress, but to right direction. We used Andamio latest platform. They also updated it, so we are in a nice beta testers also to try open source decentralized education platforms. That's from GitHub even. I don't know if you have any questions. No, again.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much, Simo. And I think we have writers. Sorry, we have the video, the LatAm, African, and the R&D Guild. So I won't go without mentioning, without calling on Guillermo to give us an update, maybe on LatAm or the R&D.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna try to go fast. I took some notes. So let's start with the R&D. We resume activities January 15. Submitted year report. I think it was Monday. So that's done. So we have been last week. We have been discussing the needs after a deep retrospective. We have to close 2024 on building a strategy for. Again, I listened to Thibaut mention quality in terms of developing is that will be the outcome. I think when the outcome we will be okay if we find the right methodology. It's really hard to develop team dynamics with this everybody spreading around the world. So we are working on that as we are still missing final deliverables for 2 other proposals are still pending, and we are working on that. And the 3 proposals that are today on development, we need to optimize the report, internal reports, and so yeah, we're still working on having a more efficient teamwork. And for that also, I have been discussing with Vani. We have been internally trying to draft a strategy to onboard tech profiles, and doing that in collaboration with the ecosystem, as we have challenged ourselves to work on the Metacoder Lab in collaboration with LatAm in 3 languages. We still don't have a clear understanding of the budget we're gonna have. We have the support of the community on one of the RFPs. I guess we're gonna have more budget, more allocation, and more resources. But if not, we're gonna try to make it work with a different pace, let's say, or timeline. But that's a challenge. So we have start creating a task force, specific team for that challenge. So yeah, we think it will be great to work with the focus group, the funding focus group, and outreach dev circles. We have scheduled a call for Monday, and to have the same we have here. Ambassadors are shaping the deep funding, and new deep funding community members can come with their experience to help on the challenges for the ambassador program and participate as core contributors. And we are working, and tomorrow we're going to have a meeting and for deploying the new proposal submission for Q2. So that's coming next week. So this is a call to action for all community members, core contributors that are willing to participate in the R&D challenges of presenting new proposals for then later on engaging with the community with a voting process and the new operation system we put in place last Q4 to have new ideas coming into the pipeline. That's all on the R&D. Sorry, I'm going to try to be even shorter with the LatAm. We resume activities on the 22nd, that's last week. Year report submitted, same on Monday. Working on regional expansion and yeah, deeper collaboration. For that, yeah, we're still the same, working in collaboration with the funding event circle, Ayo here and Rafa. We have been challenge again to continuing with the funding town halls in Spanish and in Portuguese, something that we have done all 2024. And for that, we have new core contributors joining, onboarding, like Andrea Regis. And this time, as I mentioned last week, we're doing the inverse engineering. It's an outreach circle member from the funding that is joining the core contributors. And we're happy for that. It shows collaboration and between the ecosystem. And yeah, I think it's going to strengthen our LatAm guild team. And also something that probably have some to say on our government's call this morning. The LatAm is focused on onboarding members of all the countries from the region. So Andrea is from Mexico. So we're looking forward to have a strong representative in that very important country from the region. And yeah, that's that. So we failed last Wednesday on doing a retrospective. So we're gonna try to do that next Wednesday, February 5th. And the second phase of this retrospective is to work with Duke and Sucre and all the African guilds, as we are looking forward to have a regional expansion retrospective, where to come out with some feedback to join later with a program. So that's it for on my side.
All right, thank you very much, Gilmore. And yeah, if you have any question and if you think you're interested in joining the LatAm from the region, you can also meet up with Gilmore for that. And we have a video work group. I don't know, do we have a representative from there? Or slates?
Yeah, not prepared,
Okay.
but I'll go for it.
Okay, I think
Tuso's
Tuso is there.
Tuso's-
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and good evening from my end. And it's really nice to have the opportunity again to give a breakdown on the updates for the month. So still pulling off, we're trying to propel the works for the video work, the videos of content that has been created for the video work. And we also have a collaboration spin-off project. That's what we're also looking at in this first quarter as well. We've also produced a total number of 6 videos and shorts for the month, including the town halls and the shorts as well. So we plan to collaborate with 3 work groups and in the upcoming ZD as well. So we are actually going through the whole strategy and how to work with that through strategy, marketing, and the video work group for this ZD to be achieved. So we also just have our first thinking call today, and we just ended a few hours ago. And so far, we've been upholding the prolific standard of the work in the video work group. So we hope to do our best this coming quarters and still pushing on. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Suso, for that. We have sorry, give me a sec. We have the AI ethics and the governance. Do we have a representative from the AI ethics?
Yeah, I can take that. It's going to be quite a quick one. We've had quite a quietish month, really. We've been verifying the validity of interviews that people have been doing with members of their community about people's opinions on how they think AI should be ethically developed. And we've been starting to think about transcription, which makes obviously the audio data from interviews accessible and usable. So we're planning a training session on how to transcribe using a particular approach called that we will Sorry about that. Gosh. Yeah, using a particular approach and showing people how to do that. And that training session will be open to everybody. It's a useful skill to learn, so keep an eye on the AI Ethics Discord channel for updates. We've also been thinking a bit more deeply about our approach to knowledge management in terms of when we've got the data from interviews and surveys and so on, how do we approach managing it and dealing with it? And so we'll be meeting next week with the Nexus team to map out how the work group is going to be involved in processing and managing the data from interviews and surveys. We're also starting to look at approaches to securing donors for the Nexus project, and the work group is hoping to have some involvement and input into that and sharing some ideas. And we're also going to be looking at devising a process for how the work group can have input into allocating any funding that Nexus has for things like event attendance. So our next meeting is Monday the 3rd of Feb, 1400 UTC. So come and join us.
Thank you very much, Barney. The next is the governance. Are you also the one?
I think so, yeah, unless you want to take it. I mean, there's quite a lot to say about governance, actually. It's been quite an interesting month, and it's really interesting. And actually, I put this down to the advent of budget caps, that we've managed to have a whole month in which not every single meeting has been all about the bloody budget process. So I think that's got to be an achievement. We've managed to talk about some other things as well. We did run a retrospective on the Q4 budget consent process, though, and most people felt that it had gone really well and that budget caps should be kept for Q2. Meetings have been pretty well attended and actually quite participatory. We're starting to hear different voices, which is good. And we've covered the issue of whether workgroup autonomy should be a guiding principle in our work, which has been an interesting discussion. And we've also talked about whether the criteria for becoming a core contributor should be changed. And on that, we have made some minor tweaks. We decided that self-nomination should be suspended for now, and we'll review that after the budget consent process for Q2 and just see if we need to bring it back. And also the threshold for how much you earn in order to become a core contributor should be expressed in dollars, not in AGIX, because obviously token price fluctuations really make a difference to that. So it's been set at $300 over a 3-month period, I think. We've also been drafting a few new processes, including the Treasury policy that Tevo mentioned earlier, to allow work groups to reallocate budget to different work if their needs change in the middle of a quarter. So core contributors, as Tevo said, please get in there in the Treasury channel and leave your consent or unconsent. And I'm just going to drop a link to the spreadsheet where you can check whether you are a core contributor, just in case you're not sure if you are. And yeah, we did have one meeting that focused on budget caps for next quarter and how they're going to work. The meeting was quite inconclusive, but loads of ideas were raised. So what we did is we got a small focus group together to take the issues and comments that were raised and come up with some suggestions. And you can read them in the document that I'm just about to drop in the channel. And we really would like people's comments and thoughts on these ideas, and we'll be discussing them further on Thursday in the Open Governance meeting. That's about it from governance.
So sorry, everyone. I was talking. I didn't know my mic was muted. So thank you very much, Vani, and we appreciate your updates. That was an interesting one, and I suggest that anybody that has a question should drop it. I think I can see a question in the chats from Tavo. I don't know if that's related to what you just said, but yeah. I think that's all for all the work group updates. And I think, yeah, I think that's all. So the next thing we have on The agenda is on the open sessions, which gets ideas from everybody. If you have any new idea, you can share it. You can raise your hand. Give me like some seconds to just do that.
I will share maybe. Okay, raise a hand.
Or you can raise it. Okay, somebody raising hand. Okay, Basu, your hand is up. You can go for it.
What did you forget about ESN or something?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah.
You can. Are you the one giving the updates?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go for it. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, toolset exhibition is going really awesome. Which is driven by the participant itself. So like a segment we have for like 20 minutes, in the Sandbox session. And this week we will have a think tank session. We're looking to have our AI roundtable, which is going to be sort of like a panel discussion. And yeah, we soon gonna announce the topics for the discussion itself. And yeah, looking for the suggestions from you guys. You guys can submit your suggestions in the form of think pieces forms in the AI Sandbox forum itself. And yeah, we have initiated some collaborations with R&D itself for the project showcases. And with project showcase is going to be like a presentation slides demonstration based, and sort of like we're going to showcase the utility of the projects, which is made within the R&D, which is a powerhouse we have manufacturing. Yeah. And we're looking to have we have a new initiative, basically, expert-led workshops. We're looking to invite experts from the different spin-offs we have in our Singularity ecosystem. Yeah, looking forward towards it and been ideating towards it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much, Basu. And before I go to the next agenda, is there any other work group I haven't spoken about? You could help me. I'm not using.
Yeah, I can do a knowledge-based work group.
Sorry?
I could do a knowledge-based work group update.
Okay, you could share your lights on it.
So in the knowledge base, as you know, we are still we're building a Git book where we can visualize our assets that we produce in any work group in a manner of looking at it as an organization, going from, and it's using ACE cognitive basically framework to aggregate this data. Through last year, it took all of this research and testing and operationally get to that moment to organize that data. And last year we finished off with having our own GPT and using it to help us organize faster these assets. And now the next step has been, which is a bit slow, might look into some help if somebody has time to document, to describe all these categories that we organized into previously. So like executive functions, agent model, global strategy, all these high-level categories that we have. And on the behind, now I have been almost clocking 10 hours into automating a Maroboard import where we have collected our data assets and all these links that we use for maintaining Ambassador program. And we also now combining it with the Google Sheet where we coordinate where these assets should be located in the Gitbook. And this new automation tool that we're building is basically to create a new database that generates GitHub Markdown files that then turn into Gitbook files. And the whole point on all this time spent on that is because we clearly saw that the operational cost of getting anything in organized manner to Gitbook took just way too much human energy to analyze and organize that, and also capital costs. So these automation steps and data transformation steps from one kind of logic to another, we hope that it just like reduces like hundreds of hours we are spending on potentially any of the assets that we want to put into this like Gitbook, in this knowledge-based Gitbook. So yeah, now we are basically describing the structure that the assets go into and automating the flow to generate the Gitbook based on the input data we put into the Miro board and Google Sheet. And another, I guess, related activity or work group around that is Process Guild, where we don't meet at all, but every now and then you will see me sending you Discord messages and pinging you to notify that, hey, help us to define when should we meet, or do you want to be part of the like meeting participation? I don't know what, I don't have a name for this process or service, I mean, but the fact that where we are now, the Zoom is integrated with Treasury. So even this town hall where you are right now, this will now go almost semi-directly from Zoom to Treasury without us or anybody having to record it in Teamwork. The process is faster and it's much easier later to access. Yeah, archival workgroup a bit shared like the progresses on meeting summaries, but in like if you look at this year's future, I think it's gonna be also exciting where at some point we are going to integrate all the like data recognition tools we've been using for participation with the summary, which will enrich probably the outputs of the LLM stuff that people test on, and also when creating meeting summaries, leveraging the already archived information to generate the draft for creating meeting summaries. So there is like both ways and win-wins I think we can get from our work that we've been testing and building and trying out. Yeah, that's it from that side. Okay.
For the you're on mute again.
God damn it. I was speaking now. So sorry. Thank you very much, Steve. And I appreciate your contribution to that. And yeah, do we have anybody that has a question to ask? You can always raise your hand, and yeah, the floor is yours. I have like some seconds to just do that. Okay, Gilmore, you have something to say?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. So yeah, I have to run for a minute to get my charger for my computer.
Okay.
But I don't know if so. I don't know if I missed this one. But I see Karim is in the room, and I'm sorry to put the spot on you, my friend. But it will be great if you haven't to share where you guys at with the design initiative. We're looking forward for to hear what is going on and how you guys are evolving from the concept.
Oh, hi guys, GM. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay, yeah, so the creatives, yes, we started pretty late last year during December.
but looking at the shape of things are actually going pretty fine. So we've started, one of the initiatives that we've kicked off is the Singularitynet comic issue. So if you check our Twitter page, you see Netron educating people about Singularitynet and its ecosystem. Yes, and we also turned the Did You Know initiative to a kind of interaction design, like animation design. Yeah. So yeah, it's still based around the idea of educating people about Singularitynet and the ecosystem. And our designs have also been consistent. There has been no like differences between our designs. And yeah, we're still looking forward to launching new and more exciting and interactive initiatives with creators. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Karen. That's actually great. Good to hear that you have made like significant progress in what you're doing. That's very, very great. So I think that's all for today. All the updates. If I'm not wrong. So do we have any questions? Okay.
Try to bring up some topic for at least 1 minute. I'm calculating right now what happens if we have a minimum cap of $300 threshold. How much people will get added? Be too late. I already found the answer. So it's 42 people will be added at current moment if the threshold to be core contributor is $300 in 3 months. $300 worth of AJAX in 3 months. Fun fact. Now we can go home.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, G before closing. So yeah, these are all discussion we can take on to governance with a clear decision making process, but definitely will expand the horizons and we can strategize onboarding in so many different ways. So yeah, I like the initiative. Yeah, it's a big number. Hey, so G, I don't want to hack wrapping up this, but I guess we are done, my friend, for today.
Okay, I think we're done. You say we're done, we're done. So yeah, I don't think we have any introductions for today. Everybody is familiar, we are familiar with each other, and yeah, that's it for today. And the next call meeting would be on the 4th of February, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah, 4th of February. And yeah, I endeavor everybody to attend town hall, and yeah, I think Peter will be back by then. You don't have to listen to my voice again. Yeah. So that's it for today. I think we can wrap everything up. And yeah, I think we have like some conversation in the chats. Do we talk about it, or we should just leave it? Vani and Table.
I was engaged in chat. I have no clue what you asked me.
You're communicating with Table.
We're just kind of talking past each other, aren't we? We've got a bit confused.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sergio. Thank you, Vani. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Ashley, Table, Hogan, and Mikasa. Thank you very much for your participation in this meeting on the town hall, and we hope to see you next week, same time by 6 UTC. So goodbye, everyone.
Bye, 4G. Thanks for hosting. Great job.
Bye.